The year is 1740, and Prussia, which can be found here, is a rising power in Germany, as it has been for decades at this point. It was around this time, October 20th to be specific, that Holy Roman Emperor Charles VI died, and left the territories of Austria, Bohemia, and Hungary to his daughter Maria Theresa. She could not ascend to the position of Holy Roman Emperor, however, because, well, she was a woman. Prussia, which was ruled by Frederick II of the House of Hohenzollern, saw an opportunity to gain territory quickly and easily. First, however, Frederick would need a claim to Habsburg territory. Wait, he already has one? In 1537, the Hohenzollern Prince of Brandenburg, Joachim II, made a deal with Duke Frederick II of Legnica. The deal said that Wallach and Brieg would be transferred to Brandenburgian rule upon the extinction of the Silesian Piasts. Just don't ask me what that means, because I don't know. So, on the 16th of December 1740, Prussia marched its army into Silesia, starting the First Silesian War. European powers smelled blood, and so the War of the Austrian Succession started. Austria was against Prussia, Saxony, Bavaria, France, and Spain during the time of the First Silesian War. Prussia had an army of 27,000 men, while the Austrians had placed 8,000 in Silesia. Not surprisingly, Prussia faced quick success, and an armistice was quickly signed where Austria relinquished Lower Silesia to Prussia, which confusingly is further north than Upper Silesia because geography is weird. And to clarify, this was an armistice. They were still at war. But, in 1742, the Treaty of Berlin was signed, where Austria ceded all of Silesia to Prussia, and the First Silesian War had come to a close on the 11th of June. This peace would not last forever, though. Frederick II assumed that Austria was preparing to take back Silesia, as in September 1743, Austria had signed the Treaty of Worms, which created an alliance with Britain and Savoy, which made no mention of Britain's previous guarantee to Prussian rule over Silesia. With Bavaria and France being pushed back, Prussia declared war on Austria under the pretext of defending King of Bavaria and Holy Roman Emperor Charles VII, because apparently you had to be called Charles to get the job. The Second Silesian War began on the 15th of August 1744, and Prussia quickly pushed into Bohemia and soon captured Prague, while continuing to move southward towards Vienna. The Austrians quickly heard of this invasion and pulled back from Alsace without issue, which would have annoyed the Prussians because 1. Scary army, and 2. French King Louis XV had promised the Prussians that they would attack the Austrians during their retreat, but Louis had fallen sick during this time, so the French did nothing. The Austrian army travelled quickly across Germany, but the Prussian army had used this time to pull back to Silesia, where it stayed for the winter. On the 8th of January 1745, the Treaty of Warsaw was signed, bringing Austria, Britain, the Dutch Republic, and Saxony into an alliance which sought to restore the traditional Austrian borders, directly threatening Prussian rule in Silesia. Thankfully, though, Prussia still had its allies. About that, 12 days after the Treaty of Warsaw was signed, Emperor Charles VII died, destroying Prussian cause for an alliance with Bavaria. Austria sought to capitalise on this Bavarian loss, as on the 15th of April, Austria defeated the Franco-Bavarian army at Pfaffenhofen. On the 22nd of April, Austria and Bavaria signed the Treaty of Füssen. An Austro-Saxon army then advanced on the Prussians, who had fortified in the mountains. The ensuing Battle of Hohenfriedberg ended in a Prussian victory. Prussia then followed the Austrians into Bohemia, and on September 29th the Austrians launched a surprise attack on the Prussians in camp. The resulting Battle of Soor was a Prussian victory. Austria and Saxony then planned an attack on Berlin, with the objective of knocking Prussia out of the war. To do this, the Austrians needed to move to the Prussian border, but unbeknownst to them, the Prussian army was stalking them, and on the 23rd of November, the Prussians attacked the Austrians at Hennersdorf, where they won. Seeking to stop an invasion by Saxony, the Prussian army then moved north to Saxony and won in the Battle of Kesselsdorf, securing victory in the war. The Treaty of Dresden was then signed, confirming Prussian control of Silesia and ending the Second Silesian War. This was not the last of the Silesian Wars, as there was one more to go, but that really is a topic for another video.